Okay then, Helldivers, we are back and we have got loads to go over today as the CEO Shams Georgiani is taken back to Discord to answer a load of your burning questions as we move into a closer time period for the regular content schedule and what it is that we're looking forward to in terms of fixes and changes happening inside of the game. May not be the exact answers that you wanted, but this is definitely how it's going to be going for the rest of the year, it seems. We've also got to take a look at the Galactic war table at the point of recording. Still no major order. Hopefully we'll have something a little bit later today, so stay tuned to the channel as it will be popping up as soon as it shows. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, GamerSupps, the company that offer esports athletes and gamers alike the most effective and healthy energy drink option. And we're releasing brand new stuff every single week. So if you want to support me, support them, head down to the link in the description and use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. And naturally, as per usual, we're still giving away super credits. If you want to get involved with those, it's very simple. Hit a salute down in the comment section below and it'll enter you in. We'll be announcing that one in just a few days' time. That being said, though, let's dive into the game and see what's happening right now in Helldivers 2. So for those of you guys wondering, a quick one on the Galactic war table right now is that everything just seems to be a little bit chaotic. People are now choosing where they want to go, and surprisingly, we don't have many people over on the Terminids. It is obviously a Wednesday morning, but the player base is shrinking daily as other games seem to be gaining people's attention. But primarily, we have everybody over on the automaton sector. Everyone praying for that bot major order, as we hopefully don't have to dive into the gloom any longer for like the next couple of weeks. It would definitely be nice, and the Illuminate are still just a touch away from Super Earth. So fingers crossed we managed to do something about that one. Moving into the juicy goss, though, as it seems that Shams Georgiani had an array of questions getting thrown his way. One comment specifically got me a little bit excited. It states right here that there is more to come as we get back to regular content. Now, my take on that one was that we'll probably be quite close to regular content and everything coming back to normal, although Shams has responded as somebody wanted to know if we were already back to the schedule for regular content, and he states that not yet, but eventually. My take on that one is probably for the rest of November, we won't really receive or see anything from Helldivers 2 in terms of new content, whether that be war bonds or anything more. So make sure that you take that one in tow. The biggest telltale on it will be whether we have an automaton or an illuminate major order. If they do a week long like they have been just recently, I'd speculate that we're probably not receiving any more content for the game until the end of November. But again, pure speculation. Let me know what you guys are thinking via the comment section below. Next up, though, he did answer a load of questions about some things that are due to be fixed in the future and roughly on a timescale of how long they'll be. Obviously, we all know about the enemies clipping through the ground, clipping through walls, and causing problems left, right, and center. And apparently, this one's actually going to be a longer one to get in, as Shams Georgiani states that a lot of it is tied into general level generation stuff that's being worked on already. But it's certainly tricky. So essentially, it's got nothing to do with the actual enemies. It's the way that they're kind of leveling it is by fixing things inside of the map. And obviously, with loads of different map generations and it just spawning up at random, I can imagine that it's probably not the easiest fix. So we'll be looking for quite some time before that one comes. And as well, the blue strat bouncing is definitely extremely annoying. It's been something that we've experienced pretty much since the game launched. Now, apparently that is being looked into, although there's no estimated time of arrival as of right now, which seems to be pretty much the common ground on everything that they're saying at the moment. Everything's being worked on, but nobody has a clue when it'll eventually make its way into the game. And finally, this one right here was a very interesting one for sure, as a lot of people have been asking about the cross-platform progression. This has been, again, something people have been wondering now for the last year, and conversations have obviously been had inside of the studio, but he states that he'd love to add the cross-platform progression, although other things are taking priority. So that doesn't even state that it's even being looked into. It just kind of says that he wants it. So yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see that thing happen, but fingers crossed it comes through at some stage or another. And finally, Shams sent a message to somebody who was having some issues with the game, who was trying to download the latest patch update, which we all know was actually pretty damn small. Although a lot of people have reported that there was really large download files, some of them being 3 gigabytes, some of them being 23 gigabytes of download. People getting really confused as to what the hell was going on, as we all know that patch update was absolutely tiny, but people were having to download ginormous files. Shams has responded to people asking how big the download was, and people are really speculating whether this is actually going to be new content, although we've just had confirmations from Shams that there's no new content coming in at this point in time. So it's a really, really odd one, and I don't really know how to take it, but I want to know what your guys' opinions are via the comment section below. And if you'd be so kind to let me know how big your download files were yesterday, I'm definitely intrigued, and I'm going to be doing some research behind it. And to put a spin around on the video and make things a little bit more positive, Plot Coalition posted up this video just a week ago. It's been going absolutely viral across all social medias of YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, as everybody is excited to see this fan-made Helldivers movie. Now, this launches on November 28th. Whether it's going to be a good one or not, we'll have to wait and see, but the trailer itself looks absolutely awesome. I'll leave the link in the description for that one if you want to go and watch it yourself. But for me personally, with the actual movie going into production at this point in time, this is probably the perfect time to have something like this. What would make me laugh, though, is if this ends up better than the actual full Sony production movie, and we enjoy it further than what they actually managed to do. And if anything to go by, the old game videos in terms of films and series of Borderlands, Halo, and so much more, I can't imagine that Sony are going to do a massive job with this one, and I don't think it's going to be overly impressive. So stay tuned to November 28th to see what it is that Plot Coalition has actually come up with, as I'll be watching that one on the stream first off. And we obviously have to take a look at the latest comments on the latest video. As you guys had a lot to say, we spoke about the latest patch update and the details inside of it, the major win that we managed to get over on Oceune, and also the gloom actually shrinking via those major orders. It was an intriguing 24 hours, and now we're back to the standardized nothing inside of nothing. So naturally, the comments were pretty enlightening. We're going to take a look at what it is you guys had to say right here. First of all, this one coming from the Barbecue states, Seath in the Hive Caves sounds like the precursor to an awesome horror game. 110%. I think that actually utilizing those caves in the correct fashion would have been really well perceived. Unfortunately, having the Predator strain in there kind of took away the love for those cave systems and how it actually operated inside of the game has definitely not been enjoyed, maybe as much as Arrowhead thought it would be, and by the sounds of it, by the way that players would have actually enjoyed it. We've been wanting underground play now for quite some time. We managed to receive it, and it just didn't seem to hit the way that we thought. Let me know what you guys were expecting from these caves via the comment section below, but for me personally, I just don't think it really gave me that proper punch that I wanted. It could have been a lot darker. Cave systems could have been a lot more narrow, and if they didn't put the Predator strain in there, then it probably would have gone down a lot better. This next one right here, coming from JD, states that I was there when Oceania got liberated. It was a glorious moment for managed democracy. Now, it's quite unfortunate because a lot of the time, these sorts of things used to be quite intriguing. A lot of people would love to make sure that they were there on a planet when the end of a big fight happened, and I just feel like that main motivation for it has dwindled out massively. I know the game's closing on nearly 2 years old now, and other games are starting to come through to the surface, but it is a shame to see that this happens to be the case. And finally, this one right here states, as fun as it is to struggle so hard to take one super difficult planet, no one wants the rest of the Gloom's planets to all be that hard to take. And that is most definitely the case, although what we are finding is based on the supply lines, when you do liberate a planet like Oceune, it does cut off a load of the Gloom's circuit. This one right here was for like Fori Prime, and even Estanu were covered in the Gloom, and now after we took the main planet of Oceune, it cut all of that off. So maybe we'll be doing it in segments to make that cut-off point. There's a weird little area just off the side, which is like a long tubular movement. If we manage to take out one planet, maybe it will make a cut-off there if it's not actually supplied into the full Gloom itself. I have no idea. Again, pure speculation, but hopefully we can get rid of this gloom at some point, because I don't know about you, but a year down the line, I'm kind of tired of seeing this yellow cloud just hovering above planets that I can't actually see. Anywho, unfortunately, that's all we got time for today. We are going to be live in about an hour to an hour and a half with some more Ark Raiders gameplay for your faces. Hopefully you guys have been staying tuned to that one. If you haven't, then head over to the channel. We've been posting it up every single day. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.